first to you on two products today, the waffle cushion, which is your new wheelchair cushion, and the waffle mattress. Pretty quick in-services on both. The wheelchair cushion looks like this. It'll come uninflated. You'll use a pump from one of the mattresses to fill it, but I'll also have pumps on each of your nurses' stations for you to use. If you feel how much air is in that, you should be able to push your hands all the way through. You want to be able to roll it up tightly just past the first row of holes. If you can do that, then you've got an equivalent amount of air in it. It's not going to take very much air. Okay? Now, a good way to teach families, and I'll show you how much air to put in just a second, but a good way to teach families is to take the cushion and put it in a chair and take a set of bed keys or your car keys and sit on that cushion. Vicki, you're my volunteer. And come sit down.
You want me to sit on these keys?
Sit right on those keys. Now what you're looking for is simply the ability to not feel those keys underneath there, or for that air to surround those keys just like it surrounds the bony prominences when that patient sits down. If you feel that full, it'll be like sitting on a balloon and it's not comfortable. Okay? Now you can hop up. Could you feel it there?
A little bit.
Just a little. The way you inflate this, there's a valve here. And if you look on your pump, you'll see a chart. It'll say waffle cushion, 2.5 complete strokes. Take the tip out of the end here, set it in here, open your valve. That's one, that's two, that's a half. And that'll get you to this much air. I want you to feel how much is in there while we keep going. Your mattresses will come with a pump. So every single one that you get is going to come in a package that looks just like this. Y'all have a pediatric waffle mattress here. So if you ever get one by mistake sent up, it'll look a lot the same, but it'll only come this far in the bed. It's much shorter. I'll give you some. It'll have a big sticker on it about this big that says pediatric mattress if you get one. So all you have to do, take your mattress and unroll it right out on the bed. You have straps that are designed to hook right around the bed. What I recommend when you make your bed is take a fitted sheet and put it on the mattress first. Then put your mattress on. You can hook your straps or not hook your straps. I'll kind of give you some guidelines on that also. For the in-service, I'm going to do the valve up here, but it will always be at the foot of the bed. You've got two valves here. The big red one, that one with this tab is your code valve. That's cardiac arrest release or rapid deflation. There's a little valve in the middle with a backstop in it, and that's what you fill it with. On your chart, you use the expansion control waffle mattress. It takes 35 strokes to fill it. Now you can do this with a 300-pound patient on it. You can fill it just as easy as I'm going to fill it now. Seat the pump down in the valve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 35 strokes, takes about 15 seconds, and that's it. Now I want y'all to come up and feel how much air is in this. That is as full as you'll ever blow it up. The mattress is not going to feel like it's got a lot of air in it. What it's designed to do is to take that body and cushion it down so you've got mattress touching a lot of surface area. For example, if you lay a patient on the bed, you can take your hand and run it right underneath their low back because their body bridges from buttocks to the scapula, and you've got a gap there. With the waffle mattress, you will not have that. So what you got now is you got a waffle mattress, a fitted sheet on the bed. Take another sheet and tuck just around the mattress, like either a flat sheet or fitted. Just encase that mattress in the sheet, okay? And then you're ready to get your patient. Volunteer? Hop up here. Sit right here on the side. Fastest way to tell if you've got a mattress overinflated is when you sit your patient in bed. If you're fighting 3 inches of air, you know it's too full. When you sit that patient in bed, they'll sit all the way through the mattress. There'll be nothing underneath. Okay? Where's that wheelchair cushion? Makes a great frisbee too. Okay, lay down. Put your head right here. And get comfortable because you're going to be here for a minute. There's only one way to check this. That's okay. You can't. There's only one way to check the mattress. You take your hand, palm up. You grab this hole right here, sheet and all, and you run your hand right underneath that patient's bottom. And I want y'all to do that. You didn't know what you're in for, did you? And don't goose her, but run your hand right underneath. What you're looking for is about a half an inch of air. Simply the ability to get your fingers in and out. Okay? If you can't get your hand physically underneath that patient, then you know they're bottomed out and you need to add some air. And you can do that with them right in bed. Okay? If, on the other hand, you can slide your fingers underneath and wiggle them up and down, you know you have way too much air and it's like laying on a bag of rocks. It's not comfortable if you have this thing over full. Okay? We'll kind of go back into that in a minute, but now that's all the boring stuff. This is where this mattress now starts to help you. It's very proactive as far as you moving patients around. Let's say you got a patient that's on a 2-hour term schedule. You want to move that patient. Wilma, I want you to come and stand right here. And with one hand, I want you to reach across and grab that hole right here on this side. Turn your hand over and put your fingers right in that hole, just like that. You're just dead weight. And I want you to log roll her up to you. Now what you did was you just used that as a lever to move that patient. You didn't feel it on your skin at all. So if you've got somebody with real fragile skin, what you'll want to do is grab them sheet and all, pull them up, and put that pillow back behind the mattress. And it gets that airflow of it. It's pretty simple to do. Okay, now we're going to stand her up. Let's see if this is locked. That worked. Okay, now, you're just going to be dead weight. Come help me again. I want you to grab this hole here, just like this, palm up. It's right there with that hand. Okay, we're going to set her up. And then grab that hole and we'll spin her off. And she's ready to stand up. But we've not used any shear and there's been no torque underneath her skin at all. Let's bring her back. You need to go get that phone. Let's slide back over just a little bit. And then you can position that patient in bed quite well using this. Another thing that you can do, the waffle mattress is a very effective pressure relieving device on heels. But if you want to bridge those heels, instead of taking a pillow necessarily and putting back there, which takes this nice round calf and compresses that soft tissue and cuts down that vascularity, just take the end of the mattress and flip it underneath like that, and you just bridge the heels. Are you beginning to see why I'm not strapping it to the bed, even though it has all these straps? If you use this thing to help you move patients, it's not just something that goes under the sheets and is a problem. Okay? Now, let's say you have a patient code, you want the mattress flat. You grab this big red tab, remember it's at the foot of the bed, and there is no air in the mattress underneath her right now. So if you have physical therapy come in and want to do range of motion on a hard, flat, firm surface, pop the air out of that mattress and it's completely flat. Okay? Or if you, for some reason you want to get the patient out of bed and you don't want to have to fight the air in the mattress, pop the air. Now I'm going to fill it underneath her just as easy as I did when she was not on it. It will not take 35 strokes because I've got a lot of air trapped in there. You see her feet come up first and their head, and her bottom will come up last. It was hard, wasn't it? Now, you notice I haven't even closed that valve yet. I'm going to do my hand check. She needs just a little bit more air. I didn't goose you, did I? And that's all it takes. Okay? Now, once again, if you feel you cannot come in and check this mattress by going like this. You'll think it's flat every time. So what happens is, if you've got somebody that hasn't been in service and they come in and they go, well, that mattress doesn't have any air in it, let's fill that thing up. You can make it feel, look at her face, it's not comfortable. So now I want y'all to come feel the size. So somebody who's not been in service, that baby's got air in it now it's working. But it's not comfortable for the patient. So all you have to do is just poke your finger down in that valve and sink the air out of it. See how she's sinking in better? Okay. Do your hand check. Make sure she's got plenty of air. Now, I want you to have confidence in how strong this is. Marcia, can you come around and help me on this side? I want you two on this side. This thing is designed to transport your patient around the hospital. We had a patient come from Elkhart General, transport all the way from Elkhart General all the way to here, and she never left her waffle mattress. That's what we're trying to do. So if you're going to transport somebody, I want you to get it palms up. Now, you wouldn't necessarily pick them up like this, but you would just slide them. Now, we're going to pick her up, though, a couple inches off the bed. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You can use this to lift those patients around and slide them right over to the transportation car, because that way they've always got a pressure relieving surface wherever they go. Okay, now hop up, and I want y'all to look at the mattress when she gets off of it. That's full. And when the patient is not in bed, you cannot check this mattress. You'll come in and you'll think it's flat every time. The only way to check it is every shift come in and do that hand check underneath that patient and make sure it's got just a ½ an inch. And you'll get equivalent pressure relief to almost anything else. The cushion works real good behind the head, and whenever you've got a patient that is spending over an hour or so in a chair a day, by all means give them a cushion. They push a lot more pressure seated than they ever do laying down. Questions?
How often, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand, when you talk about cushioning it with a sheet on top of the bed, the sheet's supposed to be on top of it?
Yes.
So they're not on bare skin?
That's correct. Now, you can put a turn sheet on top, you can put a bath blanket on top. You don't want to build a lot of layers up, but you want to build some, because you don't want skin right against that plastic. It's not that this is hotter, but vinyl does not absorb perspiration, so sometimes it feels warmer to them. So you just want to get something to absorb that perspiration.
The preferred thing is a top sheet, a flat sheet put over it, because the knitted sheets are so rough on the heels, and the bath blankets and the mattress pads are too. So if you can get by with just a top sheet on here tucked around and a chucks, that's ideal.
And I will add, too, that if you've got a patient that you're not going to use this to turn and roll and move, you know how usually we just crank that sheet all the way around. There's nothing wrong with that. It just prevents you from using it for everything it can do. Other questions?
I was just wondering, like, over what time period is it going to gradually? Does it gradually lose air, or is it something you should check every shift? Or
we recommend checking every shift simply because needles and things can puncture it, and if you start to lose air, there's nothing you can do. And you can patch it, but none of y'all have time to patch it, okay? But what you can do is do that hand check, and if you come in 2 times in a row, you come in and the mattress is flat, take that mattress off the patient's bed, put it in a bag, send it to Central Supply. They'll contact me. We have a 2-for-1 warranty. So when we get it back, if it's a manufacturer defect, you'll get 2 products back. And it will happen sometimes. The main thing is don't fight it. It's not an expensive product. Get it underneath that patient. Get a new one and put it underneath that patient. The worst thing we can do is have a mattress that's going flat every day. If that's happening, it is not working. The vast, vast majority of ours, you shouldn't have to fill but maybe once every 30 days. Okay, that's about typical. In my territory, I send probably 2,000 a month out, and my hospitals are all pretty good about getting me any returns. Last month, I think I got 2. It's pretty good numbers. Just don't fight it. That's the main thing.
Is this a single patient use, or so we send this home with the patient?
Correct, and that's a very good point. Part of the reason that people are going to this, there's a flame retardant in it, and there's an antimicrobial in it. Every nursing home in the city uses it. Most of the hospitals use it. Actually, all the hospitals use it. So if you discharge a patient from here to long-term care or to home care, they can continue to use it, and the patient doesn't have to go to the drugstore and buy a $200 piece of equipment. They've got it. They take it with them. This discharges with them. So when they go, they've got it. And that visiting nurse or home care nurse has got everything she needs to know to use it. And if you're just doing family, make sure that, just show them the chart. 35 strokes. That's all you have to do. Others? Great. Thank you very much.
We needed that one
Right. And once again, and if you haven't sat on this before you go, in order to qualify to win your alarm bird back, you have to come and sit on the cushion.
If you wind up with a cushion and no pump to blow it up with, take a soda straw and insert it in there and pinch it so that valve is open, and it takes about 3 or 4 good lungfuls, and you can blow it up without having to push your mouth on it.
Right.
Is there a weight limit for the mattress?
I've had about 400 pounds on there worth of patient, and I would say that's probably the top end, but it's all it'll do is it's not going to be unaffected. It just won't last as long. So 350, 400 is about the top end. These things, by the way, will last your patient about 6 months to 18 months, depending on how big they are, how much moving you do. So that's pretty average.
One thing I found that won't stand when you're moving is someone that thinks they're going to take it and give it a jerk through one hole to try to reposition. So when you're moving, the more hands you have on it, or the more even your movement is, the better it is. I've had that happen with one.
That's right.
Just for it.
Yeah, slow movements, and be careful. First time you log roll a little tiny person, because it's much easier than you're used to, and you'll go whoosh, and then it's kind of intimidating when you're laying there and all of a sudden you go flying out. When you send them home, open the big red valve. This is really important. You've seen patients trying to drag these egg crates out of here. Open that big red valve so it's fully open. Start at the other end and roll the air out of it.
They're a little bit more than the egg crates. I'm not sure. Probably about 4 times the cost of an egg crate.
But the green.
The green ones that y'all use, actually, I think we were less expensive. The ones that have the heel flip under.
Yeah. But they're not as effective. I've had patients break down the lead time on those.
Yeah.
On what?
The big
Green
thick
ones?
green ones,
Right.
which is why we don't carry them anymore. No, they're not.
That's what they walk out the door with. And, you know, their cushion if they need to. So obviously a much smaller package than the cushion.
Are these going to be stocked on the floor, or do we have to get from materials management?
At the moment, I believe they're in materials management. But
They
more
just
than likely,
delivered one.
yeah.
After 1st July, they'll probably be stocked on the floor in whatever supply area we have at that time. In our pod.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Another inflation source that you have is the electric pump. With the electric pump, even underneath a patient, it's 20 seconds of inflation. You open the same valve that you use the hand pump for, seat the pump down, turn it on and count to 20. Close the valve up, and that's all the air you need.